Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Snodacast. I'm your host, Black Chef 56, and I'm, of course, joined by the lovely Anara Sarah. Hence the reason we're late. And, of course, DJ Lionheart, a.k.a.
Hey.
Leon. And we are also joined by Gallows.
That's cool. I don't get a cool introduction. That's awesome.
The deadpan that is Gallows. There you go. There you go, your awesome intro.
What's up, guys?
We're also joined by Alduin, our new mascot. And yes, if you do not like lizards, you can kiss my whole ass. So, ha! Anyway.
At least we have a mascot. I was not expecting that. Shit, I waited for us to get serious about it.
Yeah, no, we got our own mascot. I'm going to be changing my logo very soon for my own channel. Hi. What are you doing?
Nice.
You curious? You keep seeing my mouth moving. You keep... Anyways. All right, so this can't be a normal episode of the podcast without asking the age-old question of weekly updates. So I got to ask, Ara, how was your week?
Pretty good. I'm working a show at the moment.
Ah.
Awesome.
But I'm having a good time.
Okay.
So I figured I would join.
Yeah, you're just going to be a little bit more quiet than usual.
Yes.
I understand.
All good.
Alrighty then. So, Leon, how was your week, buddy?
It was pretty good. Reason why I wasn't here last week, it was my mom's birthday, so I was spending some time with her. And also that same day, earlier in the day, we had my friend's celebration of life thing. So,
Oh, okay.
so
right.
it was definitely a busy day for me on Saturday.
Yeah, it's all good, buddy. We understand.
Yeah, but not much has changed. I'm still on the job look, which hopefully I can figure out one that I talked about a little bit with you guys the other day. But I gotta wait till Monday for that because it works with the school.
Right.
So other than that, not much has changed for now.
Well, that's good. Oh, not good, but you know what I mean.
I know.
Alrighty then. Sorry, I'm also trying to send links out because I don't have another person to do that. Alrighty then. So Gallows, how was your week, buddy?
It was good. It's been okay week. A little behind on rent, but it's gonna be okay.
Well, that's
All I
good.
need
At
is like
least
$40,
it's
and I can
okay.
pay off the $200.
Hell yeah. I wish I could help you out, buddy, but I'm also in a financial struggle right now. So.
No, I understand. Everybody's in a financial struggle nowadays. It's cool. Understand.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. So, sorry, I'm still sending links, so give me just a second. I'm actually done. Fantastic. Alrighty then. Alright. So, my week has mostly been just work. Don't think anything else of major importance has happened. What did you just do? Anyways. Sorry. I thought he was crapping on me. No. Alright, come here. Say goodbye to Alduin, everybody.
See you later, lizard.
Alright, come on. Go in your little hammock. There you go, buddy. Alright. That was Alduin, everybody. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, I was staying very, very still because I didn't know what to do. I thought he was taking a dump on my chest, I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was into that German shit. So, this is not a new poster that I got, but it is a new way of me putting it up there because I got a frame for it this today. So I got it for FREE. Somebody was giving it away, and so I said, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and snag that." But that is actually called Mount Slashmore.
Mount Slashmore.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Mount Rushmore, but with Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, and Michael Myers.
Ah,
Yeah.
I think I've seen that one before. I don't remember.
I got it at Movie Trading Co. The poster, and it's nice. I got it for like $10. It's actually it's a 2 foot by 3 foot poster. So I mean it's big ass poster. The fact that I got it
Yeah.
for $10 is a miracle, honestly. Alrighty
Right.
then. So let's go ahead and go into Now Showing. This week for Now Showing, we have the Harley Quinn Very Problematic Valentine's Day special episode.
I don't know if it was
And
a problem.
I have yet to watch this. I've yet to watch this. I've also yet to fully complete season 3 of Harley Quinn, just because I feel like they waited too long for the show to come out for me, and I kind of lost interest. Because I loved the first 2 seasons. I binged that shit. But then when the 3rd season came out, I was like, oh, well, I had interest, but kind of not anymore. So here we are, unfortunately. Also, thank you to Quincy for subscribing to the YouTube channel. We appreciate your support.
No. Welcome to the club. Now,
Welcome
cookies
to
to the
chaos.
side,
Yes, welcome
beer
to the
on the
chaos.
left of the fridge, and liquor on top of the fridge. I don't know what else to tell you about that.
Yeah, well, can't necessarily blame you on that one. All right, then. So, also, Alduin is now an active viewer. He's watching it on my phone. So, haha.
Well,
We
use
get all the
that
views
side.
we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, but has anybody here actually watched the episode?
I have. It was okay. So I don't know why it's so controversial when it really shouldn't be. I thought it was really good. A really good episode. Was it a little too fucking hypersexual? For my taste, yeah. I mean, you got Bane fucking city, fucking the whole goddamn city and destroying it. Other than that, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Right. All right. Well, would you recommend the episode?
I would. Anybody want to watch the episode? Go watch the episode. It was really fun. It gives you some more details into their love life and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it's good to know.
I mean,
That's probably
I've only watched the first season of the Harley Quinn series, and from what I've watched, I love this series. So
the second season is actually really, really good in my personal opinion. I feel like it works best if you watch the first season, then go to the second season, which is what I planned to do with the 3rd season. I was like, okay, let me binge all 3 seasons. Maybe then I'll like it a little better.
maybe.
But I kind of fell off with it because I'm like, okay, I already know half of these jokes, and they made me laugh when I first saw them. Beyond that, I don't know. Kite Man's still hilarious to me, and Bane is downright. Oh, I love Bane. Bane in that show is fucking hilarious. I cannot recommend the show more for Bane than anybody else. The only other person I would say is genuinely fucking hilarious in the entire show is King Shark.
That is true.
Well,
King
it's
Shark
Shark.
and yeah. Also, Maury gets a really good, like the landlord, the asshole landlord, who is played by Jason Alexander, by the way.
Oh, I did not know
For
that.
any of my Seinfeld fans, yeah, that Jason Alexander.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, so he voices the landlord, and he's like this former spy. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. I love him to death. He gets more love in the 2nd season, and it's done so well.
The conversations between I cannot remember names, but I think it's like the Mudman.
Oh,
and
Clayface and
Clayface and the
Dr. Psycho?
Yeah.
Dr. Psycho, yeah.
Their
Dynamic is
is
pretty funny.
fucking hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, I also do love the fact that Alan Tudyk is voicing both Clayface and he also voices the Joker.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he voices
Interesting.
both Clayface and the Joker.
Did not know that.
And, yeah, and he's great as both. There is an episode in season 2 where Clayface has to pretend to be like a college sorority girl, and he gets lost in character. For those of my Tropic Thunder fans, he went full retard. He just stays character. It is so fucking funny.
I mean, when he does that anyway, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it is so funny. I cannot recommend the first 2 seasons are so funny. Also, like, what's funny is they eventually get the Riddler to like run on a giant hamster wheel to provide them power, and he actually gets like a really good workout regimen from it. But what's crazy
that
is
happened like at the end of season 1.
no, it was season 2, beginning of season 2, and then it like ended. Beginning of season 2 is when they capture him, and then the end of season 2 is about the time where he kind of. No, was that season 1? I don't know.
I think
I
that's
don't
season
remember.
1 because
Yeah,
I haven't watched season 2 yet,
right.
so I think that was part of
season two.
like, the
Season 2 is
last
where
half
they.
of season 1, maybe.
Yeah,
Season 2 is where they have the Riddler as comes out gay as a gay man.
Well,
He has a relationship
yeah.
with
Riddler's
another.
gay, but
Which is
yeah, no.
nothing wrong
He
with that,
becomes
people.
no.
Nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong.
that.
But no, the funny joke is he like the stronger and more physically fit he becomes, the less his intellect grows. Like his muscles
God.
replace his intellect, so he eventually just kind of stops giving really good riddles, and it's actually
God, that
genuinely
is
kind of
great.
funny.
That's
It's a good
great.
joke. I'm not saying that anybody that's buff can't be smart. I'm not saying that. Obviously, for obvious reasons, I would never say that.
The whole
Yeah, the trope that
stereotype.
usually, like, hey, when you get buff, you kind of lose your brains. I mean, that's funny, especially because it happens to the Riddler, and all he does is he just runs on a hamster wheel. I find that funny. Just me. I find that funny.
Oh yeah.
So it is what it
At
is.
first he hates it, but then later on he's like, you know what? I don't care anymore.
Yeah, and he just keeps running. Yeah. There's actually a point where he quote unquote escapes, and then he when they find him, all he was really doing was trying to go get a fucking snack, and he goes right back to the hamster wheel.
That's what made it funny. That's what made it funny. He didn't really even try to
Harley
escape,
Quinn
man.
again. I love that series.
Yeah.
Like just from
Oh
watching
yeah, it's
the
a
first
great
season,
series.
I love it.
I enjoyed the
really
hell out
liked
of
it.
that first season, and that second season was really really well done. And I think the second season was the first one that HBO Max did. Because originally, you gotta remember, Harley Quinn was a DC Universe exclusive. Same thing with Titans and Doom Patrol. Titans, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, and I believe something else. But I do know the third season does deal with Nightwing, which does make me want to watch it, just because I like Nightwing. Nightwing's one of my... He's not my favorite Bat family member. I would say, honestly, that has to be either Damian or it has to be Jason.
I think.
My bad. I love the Red Hood.
I think everybody.
Red Hood's just funny.
Loves Red Hood.
Like I think Red Hood is like, you think about it, comics, the years don't really change, but the technology does. So it's like you would, if you think about it, Jason is like a boomer who doesn't know how to work technology.
That is funny.
That is hilarious, yeah, because he died in what would be the equivalent of 1980s technology, was resurrected in the equivalent of early 90s technology, and lived throughout that time, and then just probably never caught on to it. And that is so funny. And yes, before anybody goes after me in the comic section, yes, I did get that from who the fuck alerted the witch? Who the fuck alerted the horde? Oh, what's up, Voyager? What's up, Pat? Who the fuck killed the boomer? What's up, Pat? Alrighty then. So, on to our next topic. The Last of Us Episode 5 premiered last night at 9 o'clock, thanks to Super Bowl Sunday. And Gallows and I have had the opportunity to watch it. Leon has not. However, we are just going to go directly into that. This is non-spoilers, so don't worry.
Mhm.
Basically, overall thoughts of the episode. I thought it was fine, but I am starting to see a slight decline in how they're like. I know there are certain changes, and the fucking the bloater was so cool in this episode. Also, I'm glad that Kathleen got killed. I was like, nah, I don't want to deal with this person anymore. I don't care. I don't care that her brother got killed. I don't care why she's going after Henry. I just don't care. I just want you to die. And it's not that. Here's the thing. I think it was just piss poor casting. And okay, that might be the only spoiler, but like, come on. It's obvious that she wasn't gonna make it.
She was a fucking villain of the whole. She was a villain of that whole ass episode.
And they tried to make her sympathetic. And here's the thing: I don't think she was the right casting choice. I feel like you can get certain people. It's like, oh yeah, no, I see them as like leading in a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. This lady, no, I don't see her doing anything. And they even try to make it seem like that. It's like, oh well, your brother didn't do anything. You are the ones that got stuff done. And I'm like, the fuck she was. Her brother probably came up with that plan, and she just stole it.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was like, nah.
The other thing with her is, she plays as a crazy. She plays. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Two and a Half Men. If you guys have,
I do know
then
she
go
is Rose
for
in Two and a Half Men.
Yeah. So she plays a crazy ex-girlfriend of Charlie's.
Yeah.
Of Charlie who is a psycho basically, who
Yeah.
stalks him and everything. And I guess that's the reason why they might have went with it, because eventually she plays this insane tyrannical ruler over a
She
group
tries
of
to be like
cope.
this, like calming, soothing mother voice while doing the most intimidating dialogue. And like, no, I'm sorry. I think Charlize Theron would have been a better choice. Like, if you want to go for somebody that you could see leading something and also being intimidating as hell while playing crazy fairly well, I think
Yeah.
Charlize Theron would have been the best choice. But maybe she was too expensive. But the
be.
other thing, I mean, that could be the case. But honestly, I don't know. I think you could have gone with so many other better people. Because I guarantee you, other than people that watch Two and a Half Men, nobody knows who this actress is.
Yeah.
And even then,
like
she barely was in that show.
Yes, she barely was. She was a
She
great
got the
actress.
shine, and no, she's not. I'm sorry, no, she's not. She's not. She cannot act. Either she was given the worst direction in the goddamn world, or she just cannot act. And I'm gonna go with the latter. I'm sorry. And it's not to
Combination
say
of
that a
both,
woman
maybe?
couldn't be a leader. Here's the thing: it's not to ever say a woman couldn't be a leader. That for anybody, if anybody does see this, we don't get that many views. But if anybody sees this and they're like, "Oh well, you're saying women can't be leaders," no. Women can be leaders. Women can especially be leaders in a zombie apocalypse. She cannot, because I don't see intimidation. I don't see leadership. I just see you raise your voice at her and she starts to cower down. That's what I see. I don't see leadership material. I see you tell her, hey, go in that corner and don't talk, and she'll do it. That's what I see.
When it comes
not
down to
very
leadership,
intimidating at that point.
yeah, when it comes down to leadership and women inside the zombie apocalypse, especially, they're more prone to control everybody else around them, and than anything. Don't be wrong, women can be really strong as leaders, especially in desperate ass times.
Yeah, but they can be, but it's just one of those things. Is like the casting was not right, or she does have the potential to do it. Because there was a few moments where I was like, okay, when you're not trying to go over the top, like, well, you can't fight fate. When you're not trying to yell or trying to act intimidating, when you're just talking, you're okay. I'm like, okay, no, you can do that fairly well. But beyond that, I was like, I really don't like this. And she was kind of my least favorite part of the last episode. I could not stand her. I didn't care. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm glad the character is gone. And other than that, even though it sounds like I'm bitching and moaning about this episode did have good moments. Like when it was Henry, Sam, Joel, and Ellie, it was done incredibly well. I do like the slight change that they did with Henry and Sam. If you know how that happens, they do change who sees what happens. To Henry, I'm going to keep it as vague as that, because Leon, I know you have played the game, or at least seen gameplay through.
Yeah, I've seen the whole gameplay.
So
I actually just started rewatching it again, which is funny.
Yeah,
because I actually stopped right where episode 4 ends.
Oh, okay. So right where Henry and Sam meet up with. Okay, so you don't know what happens.
I'm at that point.
So you don't know what happens to them.
This is my second time watching the gameplay, but it's been such a long time.
Okay,
I don't really remember.
So what does happen to them is tragic, but they change around when certain events happen. Primarily with one of the characters, like what he does. He does both. He does it in both mediums. He does it in the game and in the show. They just change around when it happens.
Okay.
So, and Gallows knows what point I'm talking about.
That's not too crazy of a change.
No, it's not. They change around who sees it. That's the biggest thing.
So the thing is, the thing that threw me off was the first when I watched it. I was like, why is this character the way he is? And then why are they putting the Sam character the way he is? But then I watched you watch all the way to the end. They give you the director's cut of version of why he did this and how he did it and everything like that. I guess it was a really good job on their part. I do but I feel we heard Sam talk a little bit more in the series in this last episode. I think it would have been more.
Well, you got to
that
remember
vibe.
the actor that they got to play Sam is deaf.
Yeah.
So they decided to change that around to make this character deaf. And arguably, I would say it would make it to where he is more dependent on his older brother, Henry. However, they don't really tweak Henry to kind of fit it because Henry in the game is very serious. He's very hardcore. Like you can tell that this dude has had to do some horrible shit to survive, right? Whereas in this, it's like they kind of make him more sympathetic, which it's like, okay, that's fine. You can do that. However, you also got to know the tone of what you're doing. And the problem with that is this is a world where it's eat or be eaten, basically. And
the way they went with him was just like
he was way too nice. And it's like, how are you
Yeah.
alive? How are you alive still? Like, there's no real way you should be alive at this point. And they also make his whole reason why Kathleen is going after him, they make it very convoluted. I don't really like that. Whereas you could have made it as simple as, oh yeah, he stole supplies.
Yeah.
And by stealing supplies, he so happily gotten this character killed. That was important to Kathleen. It's like, okay, that would have been perfectly fine. You could have done that. And it would have been absolutely, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. It would make sense that it would lead to that. Like a small thing like that of stealing some medicine or stealing some food, or stealing some weapons would lead to something like that. So that would make sense. Like you could have done that and that still would have fit okay enough into playing. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. She would still be like actively going after Henry because of what happened. But you don't have to make it to where it's like, oh yeah, somebody needed leukemia medicine and then they had to make a deal. They had to rat somebody out. And it's like, okay, that's way too convoluted for this. You don't need to go that far. So that's my only real major complaint when it comes to that. But everything else is, I still think the show is going strong. However, I have noticed a dip in quality after episode 3.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Hopefully it shoots back up.
Yeah, I did kind of notice that in episode 4. Like, there was a quick change.
Yes. And I will say this, it is starting to go back towards that, like, shit happens, it's going to happen quick, and you better be ready or you're fucked. So I do like that element of it. However, beyond that, I hope they keep that, but I don't know where else they're going to go from here, because I think they have to meet Tommy.
They do.
You gotta keep in mind, there's only 3 episodes left. This is an 8-episode series, 8-episode season. So there's only 3 episodes left, which is odd. It's like, okay, so I guess next episode is going to be Tommy. Then the episode after that is going to be the winter episode, where basically Joel gets injured, and it takes place 3 months later, where Ellie's having to take care of Joel basically, and then she gets kidnapped by the cannibals. And then I guess after that, it's going to go directly towards them finding the Fireflies and getting her into that whole thing. So okay, so I guess it goes to that, which I guess you could do in 3 episodes, but those episodes better be long, because especially the winter one, that has to be a combined thing. Tommy, you can do okay, but I mean, it's going to be very boom, 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 and you're not really going to feel...
The Tommy episode you could do probably in an hour. The winter part, probably
I'd say hour 20. I would say hour 20. You could do it in about an hour 20.
But the final with the Fireflies and shit, dude, that
has
be
to
like
at least
2-hour episode. That better
at
be
very least hour 45.
Length.
I would say honestly, you could probably do that in hour 35, hour 40. You could probably just tack on 10, 15 minutes to hour 20, and you'd probably be okay. I think you could do that.
The Tommy
episode, 2 hours.
I feel the Tommy episode would be about in between 50 to about an hour long. Here's the reason why I say this. Because in the game, I felt that the Tommy scene, the Tommy part where he meets his brother again, wasn't that long.
True.
It was a pretty short little scene to it. He meets Tommy. They end up going. They end up getting to a firefight with everybody, with some marauders and robbers and bandits and stuff. And then Ellie goes missing. Ellie goes missing because he overhears the conversation between Joe and Tommy, and she goes missing. They have to go catch her, go through the woods into the house. That's about what, 50 minutes? 54 at most
Give or
altogether. And then the next episode is the winter episode where they go to San Francisco. They go to the college where they said that they were last seen, where the firefighters were last seen. Joel gets
heavily injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
then Ellie
then-
has to take care of
Yeah, 3 months later, Ellie has to take care of him. Ellie has to fight the cannibals. She kills the guy. That can be like a whole hour and like 15 minutes right there. Hour and 20 at most. That's one whole episode. And the last 2 episodes can be them getting to where they gotta go, and then the whole hospital fight scene happens in the last episode. You know what I mean?
I do.
That's-
Yeah, no,
that's-
that
that's
can be
how I
done
think.
incredibly well. Yeah, the more I think about it, like, okay, yeah, they've hit the head on the nail, or they hit the head of the nail, like pretty much for every episode. I think
definitely
yeah,
agree with that.
I forget how like it very boom 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 the game is as well.
Yeah.
It can go like very like, okay, cool, we're gonna go here. Fantastic, we're going here. Fantastic, we're going here. It doesn't just become walking simulator, which is fine. But I think in the show, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's going by way too fast. Maybe because it's that good. I don't know.
I kind of get that feeling too, in a way.
Yeah.
But like going back to episode 3, that whole thing there, just that extra information between
Right.
Bill and Frank, that was amazing.
Well, yeah, and it was definitely a welcome change for sure.
Mhm.
I
Like
think they
in the
did a good
game,
job.
I remember it's like it seems like it's hinted
Mhm.
that they were together, but like I guess for the time when that
No, it
the
wasn't
game came
hinted.
out,
It was like if you read the note, it wasn't explicitly said, but it was very well
it was
like
definitely implied.
oh, it was heavily implied.
Yeah.
But you know, in the game, it's more dark. It's more like, oh, well, it was just a toxic relationship because of Bill. Bill was too closed off. So I guess that could make sense. You know, that could make sense a little bit more. But I do like the
Mhm.
fact that you get to see Bill and Frank like go through 20 years, and you do get to see them end up happily ever after, essentially. I thought that was done incredibly well. So I do like that element of it.
Yeah,
for
yeah. I
sure.
thought that was amazing.
I still think that's probably next to the second. I don't know, both openings of the first and the second episode. I'm talking like from in the first episode from the talk show to up until we do the 20-year time jump. And then you also have that stuff in Indonesia that is done incredibly well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would say those are some of the best moments of the show, and then you have
Mhm.
pretty much the entirety of episode 3 that has to do with Bill and Frank. I thought
Yeah.
that was done so incredibly well.
Oh yeah,
And-
I wholeheartedly
I think-
agree.
I think
I think it would definitely win an Emmy. I think Nick Offerman should win an Emmy for his performance in that episode because the episode was done so well.
Mhm.
I think that's like a standout performance from Nick Offerman because, you know, everybody still sees Nick Offerman as like, oh, the FDA agent from We Are the Millers or Ron Swan, or what was his fucking name? Was it Ron Swanson in Parks
I
and Rec?
think so. I think so.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know.
Ron.
I
It
never
was Ron
really
something.
I never watched it.
Yeah, it was Ron something, but like everybody knows him as that. Like everybody knows him as like the deadpan funny guy. This was more like, no, he's an actual human being. Which granted, he's been doing that a lot lately, but like I genuinely enjoyed that episode so much. I think it was a standout on writing, on technical stuff. It was shot incredibly well. You feel the 20-year time span. The makeup was done well.
Oh yeah.
Fucking yeah, Ron Swanson. So thank you, Joe.
I think what got everybody upset wasn't. I believe that was that little situation between the two guys. Kind of got
Well,
everybody
yeah,
upset.
because they were
rightfully.
gay, but like it's just normalizing it, and that's fine. Everybody's like, oh, well, you're normalizing gay stuff for kids. It's like, well, this show isn't meant for kids. If you're letting your kids watch
Yeah.
this, they really shouldn't. This is a
Yeah.
very violent and dark show. This will probably give your kids nightmares, much less
Yeah,
worry about the gay shit.
The thing is, though, I think what got everybody upset too was the fact that the banter between Ellie and Bill, the fact that the little back and forth where she
Well,
he
and
talks
that's
shit
fine.
to
If
her,
you want
he
that,
cuts
go
it-
play
he
the
cuts it
game.
out.
Well, yeah, if you want that, go ahead and play the game. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have seen Grumpy Bill. I really would have. That would have been a great episode. But it's done so much. You feel so much more in that episode, the third episode, because they don't go to Grumpy Bill. Like they show Grumpy Bill at first, and then they show his softer side, and they show a happy, like it's like it gives you hope for humanity.
I think it's a better send-off for Bill.
It is.
I definitely think
because Bill just kind of disappears in the game. You don't really ever hear from him ever again.
Yeah, I kind of wish the game kind of went that way. In some retrospect, the game could have done something like that, but I think the way the series has handled it is a way better send-off for Bill.
Oh no, wholeheartedly, I agree.
I full blown agree. I love the episode. I loved episode 3. Would I have liked them to do the banter between Bill and Ellie? Yes, but episode 3 in general is
because it was funny.
Episode.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was romantic, and it gave everybody hope to understand that all it takes is somebody coming into your life and giving you full blown purpose to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what's crazy is they don't make it like, oh, they were the perfect couple ever. No, he even said, I've had more bad days than good. My fair share of bad days with you. It's like, okay, that's sweet. Every relationship, you're not gonna have great days. Every day is not gonna be a great day. There's gonna be some bad days, but in the end, as long as you stay together, you're probably gonna be okay. That kind of thing. But anyways, let's get off that depressing note and let's go ahead and go into speaking of video games. Let's go ahead and talk about some damn video games. So we have a couple of game reveals. Primarily, the main two are Werewolf the Apocalypse and Legend of Zelda Tears of something. I forget what the title is. But yes, it is
Tears of the Kingdom, I believe.
Tears of the Kingdom. And there's a gameplay reveal for Tears of the Kingdom. And we've seen the trailers for Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've been interested in this game ever since I saw the trailer, but I'm glad that it's finally coming out. I think they released that 5 years ago? The trailer for that? Which one?
I think
Werewolf.
So.
Yeah, that trailer's been out forever, and I've been super interested in that game.
I'm not too sure. I know it's for the World of Darkness series tabletop RPG, and I think I actually have the book.
Okay.
For the werewolves.
Okay. That's cool.
So that's gonna be interesting. I skimmed through the book a little bit. If I do have it, I'm trying to remember. From
what I saw, honestly, it gives me Prototype vibes.
Really?
Kind of like that hack and slash Prototype, yeah. Where you hack and slash, you get orbs and stuff like it kind of, to me, from what I saw, I could be thinking of something different, but that's the main thing I remember was I was like, oh, cool, Prototype vibes. Prototype early God of War kind of vibes. I love that. It's awesome. That kind of thing. And I think
that might make a good series too, but
yeah, it would. Yeah, honestly, I think Prototype's great, but I never fully finished it because I'm like, okay, I'm not really here for the story. I'm just here to fuck around and kill people.
Right.
Sorry. That's really but the whole point. It's kind of like GTA. Nobody gets GTA 5 for the game anymore. They just get GTA Online. That's it. It's the only reason. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit. I've never finished the GTA 5 storyline, and kind of don't care. I like GTA Online. It's my thing. Whereas there's other games where it's like I would love to finish the story. I'd love to finish the campaign for I missed out on the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. I don't really ever intend to finish the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, even though it looks cool.
It's fucking awesome. I fully think you should.
I've heard good things about it, but I just so focus on the multiplayer element of it. And then of course you also have I'm trying to finish the Ghostbusters 2016 story. Yet to do that, but yes, Joe, I do agree. Prototype was heavily underrated. But yeah, I think that Legend of Zelda, of course, they're probably going to knock that out of the park. Almost every Legend of Zelda game that's come out recently has gotten great fucking reviews.
Oh yeah. This one, from what I've understood, this one's supposed to be a little bit bigger than Breath of the Wild.
That's good.
That sounds cool.
I still need to play Breath of the Wild.
I haven't. I haven't finished it, but it's still a great game.
Yeah. All right. Well, any more thoughts, comments, concerns?
It is a sequel.
It's a sequel to Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense then.
I have the
article pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll decide your own path through sprawling landscapes of Hyrule and the mysterious islands floating above the vast skies. Ooh.
Okay, interesting.
So it seems like it's like a combination of Skyward Sword almost with
Okay.
Breath of the Wild ideas. At least that's my understanding from what the small description of the game is.
Okay.
Harness Link's new ability. Ooh. He's gonna get some new power-ups and shit. That's gonna be fun. It's a Legend of Zelda game. I'm always gonna be fully excited for
Right.
it. So.
Absolutely. Hey, I don't blame you. Alrighty then. Well, would you guys like to go ahead and go on to from video games to another video game adaptation?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, like I just said, from video game news to video game adaptation news, the FNAF movie actually. Damn it! I hate myself. Anyways, the FNAF movie actually has not only Josh Hutcherson but Matthew Lillard, who is, I believe, officially stated to be William Afton.
Yeah.
In this movie.
So
that's an interesting. I think it's an interesting
casting choice.
Idea. Yeah, for the casting choice, I think it's really interesting, but it's also kind of cool because he kind of can play a dark character.
Does everybody forget, because he played Shaggy and everybody gets a hard on for his Shaggy, that he was Stu fucking Mocker in Scream? Come on, people.
So I'm gonna be
he
honest.
Plays good
right
villains.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Okay.
If you say one more bad thing about Scream, I will come over there and I will snap your neck. I hope you realize that.
Look, I think he played a really good villain in the Scream movie. I really do.
Yeah.
I just wish it was more dark and gritty than funny and the comedian of the whole movie, basically.
That's the whole point. He's supposed to be an over-the-top person. That's the whole point of Stu Macher. Stu Macher was meant to be over the top and chewing scenery. And Joe, shut the fuck up. Anyways,
I do remember a little bit of the Stu Macher in a little bit. I remember watching a little bit of Scream, but
oh man, you need to rewatch Scream, man. Scream.
I know.
It's
There's
so
a lot
good.
of movies I need to watch.
Scream is good. Scream 2 is a lot of people's favorites for some reason. Honestly, I kind of don't like it. It's not my least favorite. I would say it's like my third favorite, honestly. No, fourth favorite, honestly. Because I like Scream 4 better than I like Scream 2. I would say Scream 3 is my bottom tier movie, just because I like Scream 3, but I also would have loved to have seen what else we could have gotten from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that does involve Matthew Lillard, which we will get back to, the whole FNAF thing and him playing William Afton. But I've said it before on this podcast. I don't know if I need to say it again, just in case we got new viewers. But the original idea for Scream 3 was going to be that Stu Macher was not dead, and he was running a cult of Ghostface in a school, and it was going to be in Hollywood. But the problem was while granted they had the script ready to go, it was like they were about to start production 2 weeks before, or like they were 2 weeks ready to start this, and then Columbine happened. So they had to drastically change the script for Scream 3, and that's why they changed it. And he just, he wasn't, and then they kind of never brought him back because they're like, oh, well, a whole cult of Ghostface involving students, but, it's just one of those things. But back onto Matthew Lillard playing William Afton. I think that's a good choice, just because I would like to see him play more dark characters instead of like the over the top people, because he seems like he could play calm, collected, I will still kill you vibes, and I feel like would like to see that from him, and I think that's a perfect choice for William Afton. Just one of those things. And honestly, as a not really a FNAF fan, I don't really care. I never played the games. I've seen a few lore videos, and the lore seems interesting, but I'm like, I just don't really want to play the games.
Crazy.
The lore is crazy, and it's crazy long. I mean, there's a whole 8-hour playlist, I think, from MatPat alone on all the lore of all the games. So, that's including books and everything else.
And it keeps updating, which is crazy.
Yeah, it does. So I think it's probably like 10 hours now.
To go on what you said about playing the serious, more serious and calm character, I don't know if you guys ever seen one of the TikTok videos where he talks about how the dudes who were played were they're also the dudes who were the good guys who love women and treated them right, but also got played like a motherfucker, so they stopped. So they turned
Yeah, I've
to
seen
players.
that video.
Do you see that one?
Yeah, I've
What?
So
seen
I'm saying
that
he can play a serious character. He can play a serious and calm character. Just by that video clip alone, you see it. I fully believe that they did make a good choice on the direction of him being the main character villain of the whole series altogether. Basically, there's also news about how they're thinking about getting Markiplier to play the phone
Yeah, I
security
heard
monitor.
rumor that Markiplier might be phone guy in
Yeah.
the FNAF movie.
That'd be interesting. I'd like to see that.
That would be
And
interesting. I do agree.
Everybody's like, he deserves it. I full blown believe he deserves it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and
Either
honestly,
that-
we've seen him act. He's not a bad actor.
Yeah,
yeah, he's a really good actor, actually.
I think Matt Pat Markiplier and Jacksepticeye could make a decent cameo in the FNAF movie.
I feel like Matt Pat would be a really good, like, the guy who hires him on kind of thing. Like, hires Josh Hutcherson. I believe, like, he'd be like, all right, look, all we need you to do is this, 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 and this. If you can do this for the night, you're more than welcome to stay here. That kind of. I think like that'd be really good. And then Jacksepticeye, I feel like could be maybe an early on victim. I hate to like kind of do like a Willy's Wonderland. I think you could do like an early on victim, and you could have Jacksepticeye be one of those guys that like gets axed. I feel like that'd be funny. It'd be kind of like, oh my god, Jacksepticeye just got like fucking decapitated. Even though this movie is gonna be rated PG-13, but it's still one of those things. It's like you can see his body,
which is really weird. Which is really weird to me. I feel like if you're gonna make this kind of
not realize who the biggest fucking fan base of FNAF is?
Yeah, children.
Kids.
I do. But these kids who play it
are
into the gritty shit. Though.
Well, okay, yeah, but you can still be horribly graphic without going full on gore.
I would
as much
say,
as I would love it. If you want an R-rated FNAF movie, you have Willy's Wonderland. There you go.
Here's my idea for like the opening. Okay, here's how I picture it. Maybe Jacksepticeye is like the first security guard, and if you remember in the game, the first security guard mysteriously disappears, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So it could show one of the animatronics killing the first security guard, and that could be Jack.
That'd be interesting. I'd like that. That'd be kind of funny. Or I got another one. You could still because I think what you could do is you could still have you could still have it open in the mornings and basically right. I feel like you could be like an angry dad saying like, "Fuck these fucking animatronics." It's just like basically he gets the one F-bomb in the entire movie. It's like, "Fuck these animatronics," and just walks off. And you just see like Teddy give him the fucking side eye, just like
You just watch
that kind of
like
thing.
Freddy's face just slowly turn, following him out the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Great. I would love that. That would be
great. Yeah,
good.
and that's a good, quick and easy cameo. Get it out of the way, done and over with. I think that'd be funny.
So I wonder who they're gonna get to play the voices of the animatronics.
I think honestly they would probably get the original voice actors, just because they haven't really announced any high profile.
In the IMDb, there are some casts for the Ghost Kids. Let me just pull it up again.
Right, but the animatronics don't sound like Ghost Kids; they sound like the animatronics.
Yeah. So far,
So
there's no. Let me go back down to the cast again. So far, there's nothing for the animatronics as of yet.
Okay. So that might mean that they're getting the original voice actors and they just haven't announced it yet. Because, I mean, to be fair, you don't need those people on set.
Yeah, all they need them is in a box.
Yeah.
So the only characters for right now that we have would be Mike Schmidt, William Afton, Vanessa is in this, some random female villain, a character named Max, and another character named Abby. Then we got Ghost Kid number 5, There's another kid, but there's no name for the person yet. I'm assuming it's going to be another ghost kid.
So
There's a character
in the
named
lore-
Garrett, and then Ghost Kid number 3.
isn't it a lore the first bears of Napkin are the first kid that he killed? If I'm right. The first ghost kid is that little girl that he killed first. So basically. I'm not too sure. I haven't really heard the lore very well. It's a whole.
It's been a while since I've actually sat and watched the lore. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good horror movie when it comes out.
I fully don't believe it's gonna be a great horror movie when it comes out and stuff.
Right.
I hope that investigators to the box.
It took forever, but finally getting
DVD so
the
quickly though.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So, from one video game adaptation to another video game adaptation, we have the official title and trailer for the new Resident Evil movie called Death Island. And primarily, we're using this as more of an idea, not to really talk about the trailer. We're mostly just here to talk about why do people like the animated Resident Evil movies versus the live action. And I think it's because, honestly, because they capture the game better. You don't really have to have different voice actors or anything else like that. They're made cheaper, but they also follow the games a little better, and they look more close to line to the games as well. So it's just one of those things. I think that's the main reason why.
And they stick. I will also believe it because they also stick the main characters of Chris Valentine, his sister,
Jill,
Jill and Chris Valentine, the guy from Resident Evil, Leon Kennedy, and everyone and every other character that plays in the movie, that plays and stuff. I feel that's also a reason why they might like it too, because they have these characters and they're not using some random character they made up for the game and stuff.
Right. So
and it's also easier for the zombies too. The graphics for the zombies and shit.
Yeah, the graphics.
Especially for the big ass fucking whatever the hell
X.
The ones that just see the fucking brains and shit. Whatever the hell that one's called.
Liquor.
Oh,
no, the ones that are missing a brain.
No, the ones where you just see the brain as the head.
Liquors.
Oh yeah, liquor. Yeah, liquor.
Yeah.
Last. I think there was also one that introduced Mr. X into the series.
Ooh,
I don't know if you guys know.
Mr. X is essentially a Nemesis program, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an invincible. He's just the more invincible version of Nemesis, basically.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess. So I will say this: Joe said the live action ones are dog shit. The animated ones are good. I wouldn't say all of them are dog shit. They're bad adaptations for sure. But I would say honestly, the first Resident Evil movie with Mila Jovovich is not god awful. I think it's actually entertaining. It kind of captures a lot of the spirit of the original game, in my personal opinion. Also, you cannot deny that laser grid sequence is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. That sequence is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Me personally, I liked the live action movies. I thought they were pretty. They weren't super great, but
they were fun. They're fun schlock. That's really all they are. They're just fun schlocky movies.
They're not the greatest adaptations, but I still enjoy watching them. If I want to watch a really odd, crazy zombie apocalypse movie, I could throw in Resident Evil and be good.
Well, and honestly, I heard Welcome to Raccoon City was not... Here's the thing. I can never bash Welcome to Raccoon City for not at least trying. However, it tried too much in one movie, and that's the problem. And you just... I mean, I get it that they both kind of happen around the same time of each other, and that's fine. You can introduce characters that will be in the sequel later on, and you can still introduce them, kind of get the ball rolling, go for the first movie, then go from there. But when you're trying to jumble the first and the second game into 1 hour, 30-minute movie with half the budget of the first movie, you're gonna fucking fail. So, I congratulate it for what it tried, but it is a god-awful movie.
There's another movie that did that. I can't remember which movie it did. It was more from a book series than video game adaptation, and
Lemony
it's just
Snicket, Series of Unfortunate
I'm not
Events.
even gonna touch that movie.
Hey, the movie's
I-
fun because of Jim Carrey, but that's really about it.
I honestly did not care for his role in that one.
Yeah, I would say Neil
Personally.
Patrick Harris did a better job as.
Oh, he did way
I count all
better
off.
job.
But also, Lemony Snicket deserved way more to be a series than it ever did a.
I agree. It should have
movie.
been. They shouldn't even touched it with a movie adaptation. It should have just been a series.
I think the first three movies of the Resident Evil series was good. Okay, first three movies were good. Were they
First two
great?
movies were good.
No,
No,
They
they were
just-
not great. They were not great adaptations.
no,
but
they weren't great.
good.
they were good.
Mhm.
The last three movies they made were god awful. I fucking fully blown agree they were fucking dog shit. So
Well, yeah, and the other problem is they keep fucking up their own lore. How the fuck do you keep fucking up your own timeline and lore? How the hell do you keep doing that? Like
I
Alice
don't
goes
know.
from being an instrument of Umbrella Corp back and forth like 5 times throughout the entire series of 7 movies. That's
True.
Mhm.
not an easy task to fuck up that bad. I'm
She
just
loses
saying.
her powers and then she gains her powers again. It just what throws me
Yeah,
off.
then there's a whole
loses
army
them.
of clones. Oh wait, we can't use that because that's too expensive in CGI. So let's get all the clones killed by the beginning of the next movie.
They should have used the clones. They should have because
It's just
Over the whole
overpowered, and that's the
of the
problem.
last movie.
Yeah, it's just overpowered, and that's the problem. But anyways, so I personally think that might be the real reason why, because at least the animated movies can hold a consistent storyline, and they kind of tie in with the games. So I think that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why they do as well as they do.
I only have one of the anime movies. I don't remember which one I have at the moment, but I know I have one
It's
of
all
them. I haven't seen the other. I think there's 2 others before Dead Island.
I thought there was like 4.
I think
I
yeah,
thought there was
there's
like
4.
5 animated movies for Resident Evil.
Yeah, there's
I
5.
don't remember. There's 5.
Because I was gonna say, like, I could have swore to God, like, they released like one almost every other year for a while. Kept seeing it advertised.
I don't remember,
I don't know.
but I know I have one of them, and I really enjoyed it.
Right.
I still need to figure out what the other ones are, and either find a way to watch them.
Also, the less we say about the live action Netflix show, the better.
That is true. That is fuck. That is so true.
Fuck that show. That show is
that
so
was-
bad.
That wasn't even about zombies or who. It
No,
wasn't even about the
it
zombie
was-
apocalypse. It was about 2 girls who ended up getting split up later on in life because they had shitty backstory for them both.
Yep. All right. So on to our final thing. Speaking of Netflix, Netflix, I would like to know the crack that you were smoking, and I would like to have some, please. We now have a movie called Agent Elvis with Matthew McConaughey voicing Elvis. Okay. I guess. Sure. Why the fuck not? Hold on one second. Okay, now I'm fully on board with this. oh man, but yeah, no, it's just I don't know how to feel about this. It's clearly they're throwing shit at the wall just to see what sticks. However, Matthew McConaughey is Elvis with a monkey partner, and he's a secret agent.
That makes it really cool, I guess.
I
because
gotta
he's
see
got a
how
monkey
ridiculous
partner.
this movie is. I have
Well,
to
that's
see how
like-
ridiculous this movie is gonna get.
That's kind of like how what they did with Mike Tyson. They made like him basically be a Scooby Doo ripoff.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Oh yeah, the Tyson animated series. But that's Adult Swim. Adult Swim throws shit at the wall just to see what sticks all the time. This is Netflix. Okay, granted, not much of a
They've done the
but,
same thing. You
There
know how
is no
many shows
difference
they've
between them
canceled
both, bro.
already? Like, some
Like
of
half
them
of
are actually
Netflix's
really
model
good.
is like, okay, throw money into everything that we get shot our way. If anything sticks, we will give it 5 seasons. But what if they don't want to do 5 seasons? I don't care. They're doing 5 seasons. And each season's going to be 13 episodes regardless.
And here's the problem with that:
some
is
of them,
with Netflix.
some of them that
with-
they canceled, like, were actually really good. Like me, I was a big fan of fucking Daybreak.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
but it wasn't
great-
getting viewership, so therefore that's why they canceled it.
Yeah, that.
And then
pissed
you
me
had
off. There was a
Inside
couple of
Job
them.
was that supposedly they were getting really good views for Inside Job, and then they canceled it. They also
Canceled
have
it because it
canceled
was probably too expensive.
probably. They've also
Never
canceled
saw
shows
Inside Job.
that were actually pretty good, but they've also canceled shows that were also pretty good.
You got to remember, 90% of their revenue comes from how much viewership are we getting, how many subscribers are we gaining from this, and going from there.
Wait.
And
It's a comic? What? Okay, I gotta look this
Inside
shit
Job
up.
is a comic.
Or-
Oh, okay.
Or are you talking about Agent
Daybreak.
Elvis? Or Daybreak?
No,
Yeah.
you
I knew Daybreak
might be
was
talking about
a
Daybreak.
comic.
Agent Elvis might be a comic too. It wouldn't surprise me.
It
There's a lot
probably
of
is.
comics that they're adapting. It probably is, yeah.
There's a lot. I guess they're going off a lot of indie comics that really not like DC
Yeah.
Marvel type shit. They're going after comics that are
Right.
barely known, and those who have that are more like a small percentage of the comic book community.
Also, so I do want to say something. Hold on one second. Let me move my mic down here. Hey Disney, where the fuck is my Hit Monkey season 2 on Hulu, bitch? Where the fuck is that? You did a really good job with the first season. Where the fuck is my second season, bitch? I want my second season. You better give me my second season. I don't care how much money you have to pay what's his name that voiced the Hitman. I don't give a shit. I want my second season, bitch. Thus concludes my TED Talk. Thank you for joining.
The next thing you know, we get canceled because you went right into Disney and stuff and shit.
Like Disney's fucking watching.
I highly doubt they are. They don't watch little small
yeah.
things like us.
I'd be impressed if Disney was watching this.
I would also be impressed because, hey Disney, so as much as I hate you for half the shit that you've been pulling, I would love some money, please. Please?
We can give you some pretty good ideas, Disney, if you want to listen. We got
Yeah,
some pretty
exactly.
good ideas.
I think
If you listen to Disney, give us some ad revenue, bro. We will throw some ads out there like there's no tomorrow for you to be happy.
So here's
Right.
here's
I
the
agree,
only
I agree.
chat from Joe I am gonna be posting on the actual episode. And here's what I'm going to respond to that with. Disney, if you give me MODOK Season 2, I will personally rape every single person in your family. I'm sorry.
Oof.
I will go till I run out of ammunition. Did I say grape? I meant grape. Grapes of wrath, bitch. Anyways, no, I meant murder. I don't want MODOK Season 2. MODOK was so... Here's the thing. You can make MODOK work as a show. However, it was so convoluted and didn't have its own tone. It was so passionately unfunny.
I've never seen it. I've never
MODOK.
I've never
To be honest,
Murdoch. I've never seen
I
it.
didn't watch it. I am only going off of what I've been told, and it is so unanimously. Everybody said. Gallows.
What?
You know exactly what it's doing.
Damn it again?
Yep.
Hold on. Let me back.
All right. And then there were two.
I love the description that they give for Agent Elvis. I find it fucking hilarious. Elvis trades a jumpsuit for a jetpack when he joins a secret government spy program to help battle the dark forces that threaten the country. What the fuck?
I have to see this now. I have to see how batshit insane
right?
this gets.
Agreed. I agree with this.
Absolutely. All right then. So
if you go on the IMDb webpage, there's a teaser trailer for it.
I'm good. I'll watch the teaser trailer on my own.
Right?
I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap
know.
this up. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough people to really warrant Snowquicks, just because. I mean, Gallows, I don't think he's coming back. So
Yeah.
plus perfect timing, right around an hour. So here we are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. Well, you know, he'll be back for the loop. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're good. So Gallows, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
All right.
Yep.
Where
All right.
we at?
So we're done. We're
No, really.
in the bud. Yeah. All right. So everyone, this has been the Snodacast episode 6 of season 4. I have been your host, BlackShep56. I have been joined by Anara Sarah before she left, which was ironic because she was also the reason why we were late. And of course, DJ Leon Lionheart.
Stay nerdy.
And of course, Gallows. The one, the only, the goddamn it, I'm going to throw his phone across the room, Gallows.
Yeah, we remember. We are professional.
Pretty professional today.
Yes. We're professionals. Even though we actually did a really good job today, honestly. we stayed on track even
did.
without an hour there. So I'm very impressed with ourselves. So here we are, and I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this shit up. Once again, thank you all for watching, and we will be back next week. Keep an eye out around Wednesday. We do have a new thing called Snow to Reels. I am working on it currently. We will be rotating out as many people as we possibly can. Next week, we will be talking about directors making too many promises. Does that harm their art that does come out, or does it harm their reputation? Primarily, we're talking about Guillermo del Toro and that. So keep an eye out for it. Should be out by next Wednesday. And I believe the next episode is going to be, we're going to talk about what do we consider what do we consider modern horror masterpieces today. So keep an eye out, everybody. Once again, we've been the Snodacast. We will see you